Jesus Christ, that was whoa, whoa, whoa. Mic check 2 1 2. Doing a quick mic check on the, making sure the audio is just fine. Mic check 2 1 2. Doing a quick mic check on the. All right, so the audio is doing just what it's supposed to be doing. This is going to be one of the realest live streams I've had in a while. So for you guys watching on the replay, stay tuned. We're going to get into it. If you guys want to donate to the show, all the ways you can are in the description. I'm going to pin the chat, the Cash App to the chat for whatever it's worth to you guys. Again, I'm not forcing you guys to do any of this. I want you to donate on your own, through your own love and support for what I have to say. So this is going to get, we got to talk about a lot of stuff, guys. This is ridiculous. A lot of different stuff is going on. And this Charlie Kirk situation just revealed a whole bunch of this stuff. And it's unfortunate. You know, when I look around on the internet of all the videos being made, of course, it's a lot of fake love. You know, whenever we're on this channel, we're always looking for different ways to learn from different things. How can we get better? How can we improve our overlay of the land, how we view life, how we view what's best for us individually? So we can take a lot of things away from what this Charlie Kirk situation revealed. And again, it's sad. Again, I didn't always agree with everything he said, but I mean, the guy did not need to pass away because we have a difference of opinion. It's utterly ridiculousness. I see a lot of fake love from people saying that they love Charlie Kirk and they never supported him and never made videos about him until he passes away. And then we have a lot of the horrific people who are celebrating the death, which is another dark truth about human nature. People always celebrate your death when you pass away, when you have a lot of ops. Are you Christian or do you not believe in God? It's irrelevant in this conversation. It's irrelevant. We're not talking about religion on this live right now. So you have the psychopaths that are making fun of his death, and this is not anything new, unfortunately. Whenever throughout history, people that have gotten assassinated, people that have, your opposition always is joyful and happy when you pass away. And so social media is just putting videos to faces that we've never seen before. This is why they say social media is a blessing and a curse. It's a blessing that we get to see actual people showing what they actually feel on the internet. So fake love, a lot of fake love. A lot of people will celebrate your demise, your downfall, your death, even if it's in front of your children. Even if it's in front of your children. And this is the unfortunate reality of the things that we have to deal with whenever it comes to our society, when it comes to life in general. If you're going to be a person that stands up on a statue and have an opinion and you're going to be famous, this is different things that you're going to have to deal with. One of the biggest takeaways that I got away from this Charlie Kirk situation is the fact that we can't trust the government at all. Just the fact that it took so long just for them to find some kind of culprit in this whole situation just speaks volumes. We don't even know if that's the real shooter or not. I mean, it's amazing to me how we have all these different agencies like the CIA, Homeland Security, satellites all over the earth, and we can't find a guy in broad daylight. None of this stuff makes any sense, guys. So each and every day, my trust in the government just keeps eroding further and further and further. And you'd be ashamed to not think this was a coincidence. This is not a coincidence, guys. This was absolutely planned. There was multiple people in on the attack. This was not a lone gunman. This is, and then um, it's unfortunate because our government, they lie so much that we'll fully never know the truth of what truly went on. Yeah, I agree with you, Snowstorm. I trust him a little bit more, but I mean, it's still the trust level is still in the crapper. You can't trust these people whatsoever. Matter of fact, we'll get to Trump in a second, but I watched a video of him, and a reporter, was like, "Hey, my condolences to losing one of your friends, and how are you feeling and doing about it?" And Trump was just like, "I'm doing well. Look at this new development over here," and I'm just like, "Guys, what?" If it was me, I would have taken. He didn't ask you about the new construction going on. He asked you about Charlie Kirk. I would have just been like, "Hey, like, oh man, my condolences to his family, his kids. It's a sad situation. We have to find this guy. We have to get this guy." He's like, "Oh, I'm doing well. Here's this. They're building stuff over here. Check this out. This is a wonderful new." I'm like, "Oh shit." The government is not trustworthy whatsoever. And that's a video out for you guys to go see. Go watch. I think it's Forbes Breaking News or something like that. That's a real video that was recorded. I'm not making this stuff up. So we'll never know the full truth. We'll get to all the different conspiracy theories in a second, but we'll never know the full truth, guys. Of course, when they come out, they got to politicize everything, right? Everything has to be, the conservative versus the liberals. We can't just acknowledge the fact that a human being got his life taken in public. Uh, we don't want to acknowledge the fact that he, you know, got attacked because he had a different opinion. We just want to go, oh, it's the right versus the left. But in reality, if we're being honest, none of the right or the left truly believe in what their party, the original stance of what their party is. Not in today's society. So everybody's just like, oh, right, left. Nobody truly believes in what the hell their traditional Republican or Democratic values truly are. And they'll say it on the internet, but when you look at their real life, it doesn't line up. So these titles mean nothing to me because everybody's lying. So they politicize it, say it's some kind of, it's a trans shooter. As if you guys have ever been to a gun store. I live in Texas. I go to the gun store every once in a while. I've never seen a trans guy that can be that accurate. And the shot isn't like an immaculate shot. I mean, the guy, um, 200 yards. It's not like the hardest shot in the world, but anybody that shoots somebody in the neck and up definitely is not a newbie. And I don't know too many trans people that are in the guns like that want to delete somebody like that. And so I knew that story was false, just like I knew like the old man was false. Then it turns out that he was probably a distraction. The Biden skin suit, yeah, it could have been, bro. Guys, I hope you guys are understanding that you can't trust anything in today's society. I mean, he definitely wasn't running the country whenever he was in the office. That's for sure. He didn't have the mental faculties. He could barely say a proper sentence. But we can keep talking about this Republican Democrat stuff, guys. The fact of the matter is, your life will not get any better thinking it's left and right. They don't. Nobody believes in anything anymore. This is a pivotal point in our country. And for all you guys that have opinions, You guys want to be famous and you want to get on these platforms and get famous and have an opinion. You better believe in what you're saying because they know who you are. They track the internet. They can track your IP address. They know what city you are. They know where you are. They know where you are, bro. They can come get you. It's not hard to find you. So when you get on these platforms and you guys do these debates out in public and you guys do all this stuff, you better actually believe in what you're saying because they will come get you. Yeah, we got this is not a combat system. This is not one of those. This is not one of those kidding matters. This is not a joking matter, bro. We're not talking about stoner life. And that just lets you know the how lack of seriousness that people are in today's society. I'm having a serious conversation about this Charlie Kirk and the ramifications of it. And then we have idiots coming here, which could be bots to distract away from the live stream, but who knows? If it's a real person, that lets you know all we need to know about why nothing will change because the men today don't truly stand for anything. You're scary. How long does it take before it hits your doorstep before you start to rebel? Does it have to affect your family? I agree. I am so sorry for his family as well. They publicly executed him in front of his kids and his wife. This is ridiculous, bro. Like, so like I said, guys, you guys that have opinions, you better actually believe in it. You better not just be on the internet chasing clout or whatnot. You better not just be up here trying to make money and grift because if you guys are just doing all of this for all your personal gains, well, and that's the problem. Whenever this happened, me personally, I wouldn't have stopped going to these different campuses because that's what they want you to do. They want you to live in fear. But of course, people start canceling and rethinking, and that's what they want you to do, which lets you know that they don't really truly believe in their message. Woman, yeah, I'm not a woman, buddy. Yeah, you guys are seeing just how imbecile, imbecilic the average person is. We're having a serious live stream, and people are like, "This, who is this gorgeous woman?" Yeah, whatever. I don't know if the left knows what's going to happen. This isn't a political issue. Well, I wouldn't say it's not a political issue. It's an attack on free speech, of course, but why can't it just be a human being that should have just that should have never got executed like this? Our loss of everything's team oriented, tribal oriented. Uh, it can't just be a human that should have lost his life, that had a family, that had a difference of opinion. It can't be that. It has to be, oh, it's this tribe versus this tribe. And it could have been no tribe, or it could have been his own tribe. Yeah, they are mocking him. And some of those videos are AI, and but some of those videos are actually real people, like Amanda Seal. Yeah, she that was a real video. And so that's what people do, guys. Whenever you have enemies, that's what they do. I don't know who Tyler Robinson is. We're not talking about Tyler Robinson, but that's what people do, guys. A lot of people, there's enemies and people that don't like you in your own life. Um, what, gay Lord? What are you talking about? Yeah, clarify what you mean, combat system. What do you mean, the biggest gay Lord? around. Clarify that what you mean in the chat. Yeah, I don't know who is Tyler Robinson. We're not even talking about Tyler Robinson. Who is that? Again, this is the goal of people to distract away from the conversation, this real conversation. So some of these videos are online and these photos and all this stuff are AI created, possibly by the government to distract us and to disorganize us even further. Who knows? We'll never know, guys. That's the oh yeah, he got to get banned. Oh yeah, he had to get banned. Appreciate that combat system. Matter of fact, we'll make you a moderator. Combat system. But because like I just know we're not going to celebrate no matter who the killer is. We're not going to celebrate it on this channel. Now, granted, I don't know if that's the real guy or not because the FBI and everything lies so much, but that's what we have to go on. And that's why I didn't really pay attention to the name of the person or go into the story of the shooter because the FBI lies so much. This is why I can't trust the government. But isn't it ironic? Let's get into the little bit of the conspiracy theories. And it could be just conspiracy facts because a lot of this stuff lines up. And like I said, I don't think this assassination was a mishap. It was definitely planned. They definitely planned it in a place to where it's in a Republican state. It's not likely that he'd have a whole bunch of opposition there. So, and then, the footage, I don't know if this stuff is AI, him running across the thing. He said he carried a huge sniper rifle, but how do you not? Yeah, it's too many holes in the story, guys. Way too many holes. And this is the other thing. We're living in such a highly deceptive world with AI and everything. Guys, we don't know what's real and what's fake. Yeah, combat, something is wrong, bro. AI. What do you mean? So, homie, Joe King, you think everything on the internet is real? Have you not seen the Google VO3 where they have actual, they can make whole videos, AI can make whole real life videos? Are you that stupid? Are you that stupid, Joe King? Do you not realize the world that you're living in? This highly deceptive technological world? Stop trying to lie to yourself. He's just joking. I get it. Multiple angles, right? Yeah, okay. I'm not saying they're all fake. But guys, you don't understand. Like let's take James Earl Ray, the supposed killer of MLK. Do you guys not realize that he was not the real shooter? They just framed him because he fitted the narrative of a racist white man. So why do you think they came out with the narrative that this was a trans guy? Because that would fit the narrative of this left and right stuff. You can't trust the government whatsoever. Yeah, combat system, YouTube is have AI content now. When you see those videos of people, those little cut scenes they have like a talking point, and then like they'll cut to like a couple running through the beaches while they're talking about love and relationships. That video of them running through the beaches alone, holding hands together, is an AI generated video. Oh man. Yeah, we got to time you out too. Yeah, so nobody, guys, if you're not willing to critically think, ever notice that people are talking like AI now? Yeah, bro, I'm telling you, homie, you can't trust anything on the internet, really. Do you support the leftists? I don't support, really, at this point. There's no such thing as a left and a right, really, in my opinion. Nobody follows the. I support the right more, more on the right. But guys, we're beyond this left and right stuff. I think we're beyond this stuff. As I look at some of the conservative, I'm like, you guys aren't conservative at all. How are you conservative when you have Scott Benson as an openly gay man in the Secretary of Treasury? Hell, that's probably why we can't get any goddamn tariff deals. He go into the tariff deal holding hands with another man. You have a whole bunch of, you say you don't claim you conservative religious stuff doesn't align with feminism, but you have a lot of women in the White House working for you in leadership positions. That's feminism. You say you're religious, but the Bible says women should listen in quiet subjection. How are you a good mother when you work a job 8 to 10, 12 hours a day and you have to pass that off to your grandparents? You have to pass that off to the babysitter, causing more problems in your family dynamic. Everybody's lying to you guys. You can keep picking these teams all you want to, but has the team really truly benefited you? It's difficult. I feel as a young people, we want the same things, but a lot of us don't want to put the pride aside to help the other team. We have to put away these titles. You look like the black version of Andrew Tate. I don't know if that's a compliment or not. I appreciate it. Either way, I mean, Andrew Tate had a really, you guys need to go check out that video. He had a pretty candid uh, video recently that he said, where I am next. It's like a 40-minute podcast. I highly recommend it, all you guys to go watch that podcast after this live stream. He was very serious, and he was very truthful, and it was very a different side of Andrew Tate, and I really gained a lot of respect for him. Um, Combat Systems that I subdue. I appreciate it, man. I'm glad you could agree with some stuff. I can't stomach the hate on the left. It's demonic stuff, and I ain't even that religious. Yeah, exactly. Because like it's just some stuff should just be common respect, and even if you do have those feelings towards somebody else, you shouldn't have do it in the public. You should keep it quiet. It's extremely disrespectful to his family, and it just lets you know how the lack of empathy and sympathy that people are starting to have in our society. It's truly scary, guys. I hope you guys know that if people actually knew what values you actually had, you'd be walking around a bunch of people that want to see you get deleted. That's the scary part about society. When the power of love outweighs the love of power. We're not going to play like that, Harry. I'm going to time you out. We're a little bit. We're not going to. We don't play like that. Yeah, no respect, no clash is bad. Yeah, bro. And at some point, guys, we always talk about, masculinity, being a man, and the men of the past, the 300. We have to be like the men of 300 and be strong and of stature. Guys, we're getting to a point. I want you guys to listen to this. We're getting to a point where you're going to have to be the 300. You're going to have to make a sacrifice that could put your life on the line for what you believe in. I don't think this stuff is going to really truly get any better. Like I said in the thumbnail, they never cared. A week from today, it would be something else. They would have forgotten Charlie Kirk. Excuse me. They'll put on a 3-4 day. They might videotape his funeral, have some important people having some talking points at the funeral. But after that, it's back to business as usual. And there will be no significant change like there's supposed to be and needs to be. And so there's getting to a point to where we're going to have to change it with our own 10 hands or 10 fingers, excuse me. There's some truth to that. There's some truth to that. And Andrew Tate even said it in that 40-minute podcast. Is like, the only way, he said something really informative, and this really stuck out with me. You guys listen to this quote, and I'm paraphrasing. He said, the only way to really truly stop war is through negotiation. But if you can't have negotiation, then the war is inevitable. Yeah, I agree with that combat system. And plus, today, college is a scam, anyways, right? Um, bro, people are crazy, bro. You guys are insane. What the hell is going on? Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and ban you, buddy. You're not even old at 21, at 20 years old. That's the thing. Like college now is just a scam. It's just a scam for convincing. It's a scam on young teenagers to get you to go get into debt and become a debt slave. A lot of those degrees don't matter anymore, like because AI can do half that shit. They can do customer service. Like they've already done studies on this, guys. They've done stories on this. The unemployment rate between 18 and 24-year-old people is like at 6%. Hell, I think it could be like anywhere from 6 to 8%. I forget the exact point. You could look this stuff up, guys. The degrees don't matter anymore, but of course, and this just goes to all the different problems that are happening in society that nobody wants to correct. We have a lot of people that are capable of working that don't want to work. They don't want to get into these blue collar jobs because we've been taught for years that you need to get a white collar job. We're talking about how what we can learn from this Charlie Kirk situation, what it exposed. Yeah, and it has a high interest rate too. And then Trump, of course, I mean, he's gonna crash the job market, and push us into a recession on purpose because he wants the interest rates down. And again, him and Powell, their feud is going to cause the average American to suffer because they're being vindictive with each other. You suffer, we suffer. Now he's going to push it into a recession so he can get these interest rates low. And that's the reason why he fired the labor of statistics because she was gonna. You got to. We're not gonna get into that on this conversation, but politics is extremely. I hope you guys realize that politics is extremely disturbing. It's extremely disturbing. You cannot be a good person and be in politics. It's impossible. Uh, the level of ruthlessness, uh, the level of what people are willing to go to win is extraordinary. A lot of people can't stomach what really goes on in politics. George Carlin has been talking about this for years. I feel like if we had a mandatory military service after high school, the kids would at least earn some freedom. That they just, yeah, because they would have actual skin in the game. When you have skin in the game and you have actual accountability and leadership and hierarchy, uh, society is really a better place. You create better citizens and better people. A salary is the exchange in dollar amount you give for you to give up on your dreams. That's an interesting quote. I mean, these jobs. I mean, of course. I mean, but you have to realize, JG, like everybody's not going to be rich though. Nobody. And plus, everybody don't want to be rich, and so we can't preach that everybody should be wealthy. That's impossible. Most people don't want to put in that amount of work. Some people just want to have a family, kids, and just go on vacations 3 times a year, have a house, and have a 401k, bro. Yeah, combat. Yeah, 2 years is nothing. That ain't nothing, bro. That'll fly right by, and then you can get on with life. One of those people who talk nonstop about the Epstein files. Well, first of all, the Epstein files will never be released. I already knew that was going to be never be released. Which is it's crazy that you mentioned that, Uncle Joe, because um, right, you guys know, like approximately an hour to 2 hours after Charlie Kirk died, the Republicans banned releasing. They voted to ban the release of the Epstein files, and Charlie Kirk the week before was saying that we need to release the Epstein files to have full transparency in the government. That's one of the conspiracies. Horrible Trump is. I don't really. It's not really a political channel, Uncle Joe. Um, I voted for Trump actually. I thought he was a better candidate over Scamala, but it's unfortunate that we can't trust any of these government figures at all, whatsoever. We're beyond this left and right stuff, guys. I keep saying it. Rich in spirit means more than salary. I mean, that's not reality, JG. You need money to survive. You need money for food, water, unless you're going to grow your own food. But how are you going to grow your own food if you don't have the seeds? When the seeds cost, you got to have the watering substance. You can't just depend on the rain. What about dry? Everything costs money, guys. But you're just gonna walk around, so you can walk around and have a bicycle. What the bicycle's gonna crash? Okay, how do you know how to fit? Like, unless you're blue collar or farmer, you can actually live out in the rural part and survive. But everything costs money, and okay, this person has to get uh, out of here because we're gonna time you out because you just said something ridiculous. Why do people cheer for Luigi but not Charlie's? Um, I think you kind of said that wrong, Pajit. I think what you're trying to say is like, um, why are people like more like into, I guess, Luigi? Might have to clarify that for us. Um, but I don't think that Luigi got. I don't think he deleted the healthcare person. Think about it. You're a college student. How the hell do you know where a healthcare CEO is going to be? The government's lying. They're lying to you. He was a fall guy. He fit the narrative of what it looks like to get a healthcare guy, a young person with that's struggling, and he didn't even come from a bad family. I'm a hypocrite because I support Mangione. He wasn't the killer. Clear as day. The government lied on that one. Jesus calls on us to meet and serve Him, servants to the poor, the sick, the disenfranchised. If you do this, you will be saved and go to heaven. Being servants to the poor, the sick, and the disenfranchised. I mean, I see what you're trying to say. I mean, it sounds good, but in practice, it doesn't really work all the time. And I'm not saying we should disrespect these people. We shouldn't. But oftentimes, these homeless people, they're hustling you out of thousands of dollars. They're fully capable of getting a job, and they don't choose not to get a job because it's just easier for them to hop on the corner and to do this stuff. And yeah, the sick definitely need it, disenfranchised to a certain extent, but you can't help like yeah, CEO was in charge of a corporation that actually harmed people. That is my rationale. Um, Been a very good guy, but that position is leading something morally evil. I mean, it's all a lot of that stuff is evil. But I don't think Luigi. I don't think that guy. I don't actually, to a certain extent, the people we elect these people, the board of directors, and we don't rebel enough against the whole system enough. But Luigi, I don't think he was the killer. Absolutely not. If you guys line the video up to the guy that's in the ski mask smiling, that could be an AI photo. But and then look at the face of Luigi. It doesn't. They don't even look like the same person. And like he knew strategically where the CEO was going to come out of that hotel, and he was waiting there for hours. That ain't the real homie. And then they found him at the McDonald's. They don't make no damn sense. So guys, we'll never know the facts of these situations. This is why you can't trust the government, because when these situations go on, you're not going to find. They're not going to tell you who the real killer was. You'll be lost in translation. So let's get. We already talked about the Epstein files. Now Charlie started switching his stances, which could be a reason why they wanted to take him out, uh, which is a crazy thing because that's on the right, and you would expect that him being a right conservative at the right would want him to do that. But is it because of maybe that AIPAC has infiltrated the United States at a extreme level? Who knows? Yeah, that's his first name, Mangione, Luigi Mangione. Combat system was the motive. What was the motive in the back? Cowardly. I mean, he got him. It wasn't about being honorable, Uncle Joe. It wasn't about being honorable, bro. He wasn't trying to be, I'm gonna be a man and I'm gonna shoot. He was just trying to get him up out of there. They're going to be Jason's versus Michael Myers movie. Who would win that? We're not talking about that. And so the other thing is Charlie started a few days to a week before he started changing his stance and saying that, we should ask and confront Israel a little bit more on what the truth actually is of what's going on over there. And then he gets deleted. And after he gets deleted the same day or the day after, Ben Shapiro gets upon and says, hey, I'm going to lead this thing. And Ben Shapiro is a I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to choose a point to rebel against. I do agree with that. White girl magic. Yeah, I don't believe in being lukewarm either. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that oftentimes we're caught up in these teams and tribals, and they don't even support their own people that follow them. If you were to wake up tomorrow with only things you could give thanks for today, I mean, you can't even spell tomorrow right. Which parents' genes are more significant to the IQ of an offspring? I probably the father, I would assume. Strategies to fix the group who scores lowest. You can't fix them. They procreated in too many numbers. There's a video I want to make for you guys. I can't make it publicly because it's too deep and dark for the average person. But we're getting to a point in society, guys, where you can't fix any of this. There's only one way to fix it, and it's through purge. So we can talk. We can have all these talking points all we want to. We're not getting out of this. I want you guys to notice that. I'm speaking in code. There's no talking out of this. And yeah, there's a good portion of people on the left that, they got accused of the stuff that don't agree with the stuff at all of him being deleted. And so we can't just automatically generalize that everybody on the left and right is this and that, because it's not. It's crazy, guys. I haven't heard anything say anything racist. I mean, but I've heard some stuff that I was like, yeah, I disagree with that. I didn't really follow Charlie Kirk like that. Like, in my opinion, and I don't want you guys to take this the wrong way, but I don't think debating really does anything. I don't think debating really hurt. And I'm not saying that he hadn't said anything racist because I don't really follow the guy like that. I don't really, I don't, like I said, like I told you guys just now, I don't really think debating is an intelligent thing to debate people on stuff. I think it might be good to like go out to these people and give them a different perspective on what's going on and be constructive and understand the argument. And he did do that to a certain extent, but to go around the country, I don't think he's not racist. He's prejudiced. He could be. I didn't look that far into Charlie. Um, Either way it goes, he shouldn't have got assassinated for having a different opinion. Charlie had a harsh and sometimes arrogant way of telling the truth. Um, I don't really care how he says it. If it's the truth, sometimes if it's the truth, it's hard not to prejudge. Yeah, I mean, prejudging can be life saving. He said, expanding that, what do you mean? It's hard not to prejudge. Like, homie, like, there's certain people, like, when I see a group of young people today, because I know how their mindset is, I'm prejudging all of them from like 16 to like 19, whether you're white, black, Latino. Like, I see a group of you guys, I'm like intentionally like trying to stay away from you guys because the young people are extremely unruly. So I'm prejudging the hell out of them because I don't. And plus, you the guys playing video games and all kind of stupid belief systems. Yeah, we're not saying it's right. We're not saying we shouldn't be like a generalization for everybody, but we do initially. Everybody does that. Everybody prejudges and judges by the book by its cover. This is why the intelligent people you disarm people by how you act and how you conduct yourself because you're aware of the truth of how people truly are. Yeah, it's literally human nature. You can't break that. This is why I said you gotta learn this. Like if I go into a, you guys see I have tattoos and stuff and all this stuff, and I have a bucket hat. And you guys might assume this is hip hop culture, which to a degree it is. But if I was to go into a business meeting, I'm not wearing this stuff. I'm wearing a suit. I want to look the part, be the part. I don't want to be generalized and preconceived and prejudged. The book cover is your hairline. Oh, really? Yeah, and your idiotic, stupid talking points is a timeout. We're gonna put you in the corner like a little kid. Um, Combat system. Some are calling him racist for his views on DEI hiring. Um, Most of the people in DEI shouldn't be in guys. DEI really it only really helped women. I don't see a lot of black men or Latino men that benefited from that at all. It helped women. It was a feminist thing for DEI. That's the truth of it. He's supposed to be a debater, but he gives us still dismissive over certain black topics. I mean, he could have. I'm not saying that racism is an impossibility. I don't follow what Charlie Kirk was doing. Of course, a video would pop up here and there. I'll give you an example. He brings up the stats about how blacks in violence, right? Most black people were never shot or killed or stole. That's true. I mean, but people have a right to their opinions, guys, whether it's racist or not. I mean, if we believe in free speech, we have to allow everybody to have their own opinion. I did see a little bit of that Skinner too, that we spoke about, helping as well. Like Saint, I was like Saint, you talking about Saint in the Center? Bro, Saint in the Center is that dude, bro. Shout out to him. If that's who you were referring to, the wolf. Ask the post office. I don't know. I don't really follow in Sean Fink. But either way, I mean, it's still sad about what went on. Big ups, truth. I appreciate it. The bald YouTube guy. Yeah. Yeah, Saint in the Center Marquette, he's the dude, bro. He be speaking the truth. Peace to the saints. I know a real one. Yeah, we talking Kirk, yeah. And like guys, just because you disagree with his talking points, that don't mean he need to get shot in the neck in front of his family. Like I'm not. If people want to be racist, bro, like I didn't hear anything necessarily. I didn't follow him enough to even know if he said anything racist or not. But if it's let's just say he did, I don't care. You guys stay over there. I mean, apparently there's a whole white people in Arkansas. I'm not trying to go over there and join them and be none of that. Y'all have y'all's place. Y'all do y'all's thing. It is what it is. We're not going to. Everybody's not going to get along. That's the reality situation. I was looking for someone who's talking sense. I want to ask you what you think about the Comet Atlas 3I. That is a good question. Combat system. I have no clue what that is. You gotta have to explain to me what that. Kind of give me a general synopsis. DEI is a textbook example of racism. I know you're young, but you'll learn textbook example of racism. What do you mean? How is that a textbook? How is it a textbook example of racism? Got like I said, Uncle Joe. Like you didn't benefit. If you're black, you didn't benefit off of that. That was the black woman that benefited. It's a matriarchal thing. He had a lot of hatred. He never said anything racist. What do you think should be the appropriate response to someone actively and purposely spewing misinformation for financial benefit? I think the people should be more educated and they shouldn't support it. Maybe he should have been exposed. And, I mean, he had open debates, guys. He wasn't running from nobody. So if somebody had some logical debates, I heard that he lost some debates. So the average I mean, he wasn't running, guys. If you think he was wrong, show up to one of his events and put his feet to the fire. But putting a I don't agree with putting a bullet through him. Anyways, everything he said was racist. Sean Fink. I mean the what is that? The Teamster guy up in that car plant. I forget the place, which was hard to debating kids all day. Yeah, debating doesn't really. It's crazy. Comment heading our way with weird lights. It's not ironic that Charlie preached anti-establishment and was anti-going to college. That's interesting. If that's real, JG, what you're saying, that's an interesting talking point. Arkansas, yeah, that's a real thing. It's a comment that astronomers can't explain. It's a trajectory and composition of, damn, the chat's moving too fast. Or what it's doing in space. Combat system, is that the thing that's supposed to be heading towards it's like an asteroid, so to say, that's heading towards Earth that we can't stop. We don't have a defense system for this kind of stuff. Is that what you're talking about? Combat system? The Wolf show one thing he said. That's wild. The Wolf, if that's true. Okay, yes. Here's where my problem is. These are like rest of the main talking points. I mean, we were more married. We were together because we were forced to be um, together through racism. Sean Fink. Uh, yeah, I mean, yeah, they definitely Lyndon Baines Johnson definitely he definitely he messed up the family, and we haven't recovered since. That's why the black community's in the shambles that he is. It's in. Yeah, I mean, if that's because I read it in the book. If that's true, guys, yeah, we're gonna all be dead. Combat system. It's supposed to hide behind the sun when it's closest to the earth. Yeah, because we don't have that kind of capacity to stop it. And like they've been warning us through movies. You guys see those movies where the humans come together from all different races to try to stop these aliens or these comments or stuff taking over the world and all that. Yeah, they've been prepping us for a while. So if that's a real thing, because I read that in a book where everything's trying to kill everybody. That's the name of the book actually, and it talks about by 2030 that a comet is supposed to come by the Earth, and if it's true, and it's going to come, then we're all going to be, it's going to be all going to be passed away anyway. Yeah, it all sounds mad sus. Charlie never justified any justified that. You guys are arguing in the chat. I see. Yeah, we don't even do any of that ridiculous stuff. Yeah, but they also got whipped. I mean, if he actually said that, then that's a stupid talking point. some people think it might be Jesus. We don't know what's real and fake anymore, bro. Combat system. I mean, the galaxy is too damn big for it to just be us here. There's definitely something out there. Yeah, I mean that's true. I mean, Lyndon Baines Johnson, he did that. I think it's I am Catholic now. Well, you can't trick Jesus. You can't just all of a sudden, just flip on a script and you got to have a whole life to, we as humans, we think we can trick and uh, deceive God. We absolutely cannot. From the very debates he sought to have, he was very disingenuous and didn't understand. But I mean, yeah, yeah, Sean is right on that, Mr. Pushup. He's right on that. Now, I can't really argue either way on you guys because I didn't follow Charlie Kirk that deep like that. Am I a God guy? I used to be. I was raised in the church heavily, and then through bad experiences in the church, seeing how secular the church gotten and how the preachers are screwing the wives of the husbands, married women in the church, and seeing how they embezzle money, how they're connected to the government. It forced me to rethink my thoughts on religion. But the people that follow the religion, they're the more upright, standing people. It's just the preacher and the higher ups, the deacons that are the problems. And bro, how do we get into a whole racist argument? Like, bro, we were talking about what we were supposed to learn from Charlie Kirk's situation, and people are trying to defend. Guys, Charlie's gone, bro. It don't matter what he says now. You guys need to chill out in the chat, bro. Y'all need to chill out. He gone now. It don't matter now. Y'all go argue with Ben Shapiro. He said he gonna be out debate. Y'all go take them arguments to Ben Shapiro, bro. Damn, that sounds crazy, Justin Flores. Yeah, like we gotta stop talking about what Charlie did, and if you agree, homie, he's gone. It don't matter now. He's been eliminated, and it's sad that he got eliminated like that. That is crazy. And just how you guys are having difference of opinions, he got deleted because of his. So you guys really, you better believe in what you say you believe in, because if you're on a public platform, they know who you are. They know where they can get to you, guys. They can find you and come get you, bro. Just point blank. Yeah, I mean, I don't know Sean Fink. I mean, we're gonna take your word for it. But at the end of the day, that none of that stuff matters, bro. Like he's not here anymore. Yeah, there's some point to that, JG. The good do die young, and that's just not with Charlie Kirk. That's with anybody. Jesus died at 30 something, 32. And it's crazy because if you look throughout history, the good die young, but the evil live long lives. Think about that mind F for a second. So yeah, we're gonna wind down the live stream. You guys send in your last little bit of comments and questions as we wind down the live stream. I really appreciate you guys coming here and having your own difference of opinions in here. We are not a unorganized truth on my channel. I engage all different acts of life. So um, you guys are more than welcome to have your opinion if you're being respectful. I will say this combat system, Revelation seems to make a lot of sense, bro. Yeah, bro, JG, if they want you dead, they will get you out of here. And Charlie, what Mr. Pushup and them don't understand is Charlie started changing his stances on certain stuff, which is why he probably got taken out. You see the recent video of his wife speaking out for the first time. Check it out. It's a strong. Yeah, I saw a little bit of it. Shout out to her. Since he married a strong woman. Mostly left those. Yeah, yeah. I mean, that's what they do. They don't want to talk about it. Anyway, we're not gonna get into that. Yeah, I appreciate you, Sean Fink. Everything else I agree with. So yeah, again, I appreciate you guys again. RIP to Charlie Kirk, whether you agreed with some of his talking points or whether you disagreed, the guy should not have been taken out like that for having a difference of opinion. Again, it just goes to show you how fickle our government is. We don't know who the real shooter is. They can point whoever fall guy they want to point to. But we're in crazy time, guys. We're getting to the point to where talking points ain't enough. It's going to have to take some action and collective action against certain things to make some different changes in this world. And so, but that's going to be the live stream. I will be live streaming tomorrow, actually. So you guys be on the lookout for that. Um, yeah, at least pray for his family tonight. His kids did not deserve that. His wife was definitely a ride or die. So again, I appreciate you guys. I'll be live streaming tomorrow. If you guys want to check it out tomorrow, aren't college kids smart? Not really in today's society. They're capable of. You guys are really on this debate stuff. It's crazy, bro. y'all really trying to get this debate going. But again, I appreciate you guys. Hit the like button for me as we get out of here. If you guys want to support all the ways you can in the description, the Cash App is pinned right there for whatever it's worth to you. Again, thank you guys. I appreciate the support, the engagement, and be on the lookout for me tomorrow. I stream through the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, and Tuesday. Sean Fink crazy. He said, I am Charlie. Bro, chill, bro. Not one I not one no at all until you have a kid. Yeah. Again, I appreciate you guys. You guys have a good rest of your day. You guys, we already had our political talk. Y'all go watch some sports. Y'all go listen to some music. Y'all go get some girls. Go get some box. Y'all go hang with your friends, homie. We already had the serious conversation. Get off the internet. Go have some fun. This is a sad, truthful topic. Go have some fun this weekend. Go do something else. We already did stuff. Combat system crazy, bro. Go ahead and hit you some of that ooh wee. You heard me. And detox from this stuff. We already got this stuff out of our system. Let's have some fun. Again, RIP Charlie Kirk. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, man. Peace. About to spark now, bro. Y'all crazy, bro.